Okay, I'll just say it. How women are acting sexually when you are telling them no. This is something that I have seen, and I'll see about just. I'll mention this. Okay, things have happened. I'll share some stuff. Okay, about who. Okay, so first of all, I'm telepathic. Okay, shaman, Reiki master. What I can pick up on, and then things I've already seen. How women have acted. Um, I have seen women completely flip out when you say no to them sexually, where you were taught as a guy growing up, there has to be consent, the respect, all that sort of stuff there. But when a guy says no, you know what you'll see? You will see a woman get her ego come out, the anger in her come out. It turns into just almost like a fuck you, this sort of thing. That is a thing sometimes people, guys have seen. Where you could make no, you might even say no sexually, or there was one girlfriend that her response was so bad that I ended up sleeping with her anyway that night because it was so bad. I said no, and then it was the anger in her and how she acted. I was like, oh god. Another one I went on dates with the past couple of years. She wanted to go to a B&B during COVID and sleep together, and I was like, no, I just the feeling of the B&B and all the vibe. I was like, no, not like I don't feel like going to a B&B for that, and the reaction, and then it turned into, well, I just got a massage from this guy. He used to be like went out, got a massage after. He used to be a personal trainer and started to go on about like the shape he was in and started to try to do that stuff, and the anger is just like, and like the fucking stuff that women are pulling when a guy says no or says no sexually. I don't know if women realize this or people are even talking about it. And as far as how women are acting, seriously, you will hear stuff about women going on about men harassing women, men doing this. If I went right into it of what I have seen, how women act and can act, how women act, there is not like a no, the guys are like this and the women they're just act like this. Oh my god, no. I have full on had massage therapists ask for me to take my boxers off, knowing I felt it. She just wanted to rub my ass. I felt it. She had a big smile on her face and just wanted to rub my ass. This happened many years ago. That happened. I went into a beer tent over, oh God, 10, 13 years ago, and three women walked up, grabbed my dick and two of my friends' dicks and tallied it on their arms. I could give you many, 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 many examples. Women going and all sorts of stuff like this. There is, when you're hearing about like guys get sexually harassed, guys get stuff like this, but women go off and laugh about it. That's the thing. Or if a guy says no sexually, I have seen that a couple times now. The woman, their ego. I said it about psychically. One of my first spiritual teachers was trying to kick me psychically sexy, and I said no. I don't know how many times, over 50 times, I swear. And I kept saying like no, like I didn't want to catch her sexually psychically. It still kept trying to push stuff at me. Tried to look at my dick in the middle of the night psychically. Women trying to pull stuff like that towards men, trying to touch men psychically, sexually without their consent. They could be saying no and they're still pushing stuff. In the physical, there's women doing that stuff. And there's women staring at guys like crazy at like, I'm not exaggerating, walking along and there's a woman like looking at your dick. And I'm not saying this like, oh man, this is so awful with that. What I'm saying is people need to know who women are with some of this, okay? There is not, don't ever think, oh, women are innocent. They're these poor, and I'm not, oh my God, could I write off a list? And then, like, it goes on and on. I love women, okay? But when I see there should not be guys being treated like shit or disrespected and abused, and then you're hearing stuff about there's women that are posting stuff online that I know have groups of women together that are bullying men and abusing men and pulling and trying to hurt men, and they're out there doing stuff, and I was like, oh wow, women that are intensely trying to hurt guys sexually, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of talked abusive stuff. And I mean, there is no, just drop the idea that it's like these poor innocent women on. There is no, like, that is not my experience of what I have seen at all. Even if they looked like they were in some way, shape, they definitely weren't. And the thing is how some of them do it. Some of them are using energy. Some of it's intent. Some of it is mental, emotional, physical, physical, not that for a woman, that would be kind of yeah. It was mental, emotional, sexual stuff. Sometimes there's women using sex as power control. Hi, now I gave you the sex. Now you're going to do this. Or, okay, if you don't, I'll pull this back. Or they'll pull the love back. I'll pull the love back, then you'll do what I want. Or I'll pull the sex back. And, oh, serious. There's women pulling this stuff. There was a woman that was, yeah. As far as like physical, there was a woman that I came across that her boyfriend he had already been in the army, he had PTSD, all this stuff, and she started just punching him in the face. She just got to the point she just started to just randomly punch him in the face. I met him, very nice guy, really nice guy, and she just started to punch him in the face. Yeah, punch him in the face. That's what I was trying to review back to Thursday. Yeah. So, like, I could say quite a bit of what I've seen. What I've seen women pull with other, or picked up on what they were pulling with men. There's women that are acting super innocent with their, like, they're acting one with their friends, and then with men, it's completely out there. I listed recently on, if you check on YouTube, how the one girl I acted when I met up with her. I was like, I want people to hear, look, this is how she acted when I spent time with, like, when we met up. I was like, it was like, oh my god. So people heard of, like, hey, yeah, this is stuff. There's people acting like that with guys. There's women that are doing that. I have found out one of my first spiritual teachers has a pattern of abusing men. That she was sexually abusing her boyfriend, who has been sexually abused by another man when he was younger. Literally, she was hurting him, but the way she was doing it through sex, trying to get him to give up power to her. So there's women that are doing stuff to try to hurt men, but they're doing it in certain ways. Like, I can pick up on it, but there's women that are doing this in, like, the most, how can I describe it? I've already seen it. I've mentioned 2 out of New York. I could do a list I've seen now of women. I'm pretty sure I have a list in the other room of certain ones, and I've already done a bunch of videos of shit I've seen that they were doing. Like, knowingly, like, literally, there's women trying to sleep deprive men and abuse them. There is women trying to, like I said, use sex to hurt the guy. There's women trying to even manipulate guys around sex, where they were trying to make things look non-consensual when they were consensual. There's women lying about being raped. There's women that are, oh yeah, there's a narcissist in Vancouver and Suk BC, Elise Renouf is her name. She lied about a guy raping her in her past, and she also offered her son up sexually to be raped in the past couple of years. You know what else she did? She took her husband to a counselor, and she was trying to get the counselor to work on him, knowing that she's a narcissist, okay? The counselor, I believe he had some experience with energy. So it was like, hey, you need to fix him and work on him. Meanwhile, she's a narcissist using that counselor against her husband to manipulate and control him as control and heart. And she's out there acting like that with her kid and lying that other men have raped her. And she had postpartum depression, which people would go, oh, these poor women dealing with it. Oh, this poor woman. Because she had abused guys so much with dark witchcraft, it came back on her. She had postpartum depression. She was trying to make guys' eyes burn with dark witchcraft. Yeah. I could say quite a bit, okay? The toxic shit that certain women are doing. And I don't feel like, how do I feel? There is a lot of women that they're doing such toxic, abusive shit towards men, but then there's women that are supporting those women. And I've seen this, including well-known women supporting some of these women, because they didn't know who the women were. They didn't know what they're doing because they didn't know how they acted with guys or how they were pulling stuff. It could be something spiritual, mental, emotional. I've seen for over 2 years now, Gabrielle Marifolio doing internet bullying, very toxic, very abusive shit. They tried to use names of people that had abused me and thrown internet stuff at me. Very, very abusive stuff. Mental, emotional, spiritual, lots of different stuff in there. And then when they go off and you actually start to get other people involved to try to take shots at somebody, and if I will list it off, I will do individual videos and I will say everything that was pulled. People like Oprah, who they connect with, might be really surprised who they actually are when you actually hear how abusive they are, because it's not even close to probably the women that they thought that she was meeting. I'm like, no, they're this or they're that, or I'm telling you right now, she would be floored if she went, what? They did that? She would have go double check, go ask the universe, go find out. Everything I'm saying about them is bang on. They have done it. I have seen them do it. They have pulled it. Oh yeah, manipulation towards family members of mine, like nieces and nephews, young kids. Um, Women using sex or even flirting to manipulate a guy if they tried to use it in a manipulative way. And then when the guy goes to tell people, look, this woman's being abusive, oh no, we're just flirting, ha ha ha, it's funny, we're just, when really they're abusing. And they would throw in flirting after the fact or something sexual of like, okay, I gave you something sexually, now you're going to put up with the abuse that was just done. That's conditioning. So there's women that are trying to condition men. There's women that when a guy is getting angry at her and literally about abuse, they're trying to let me throw a spell at him. Let me try and like condition this. I don't like that he's acting like that. Let me throw spells at him. I'll get other people to do that. Let's try to manage him. And they're just like abuse. There's women that are doing this, and some of these women are even like well known, and some of these women are getting other women involved and doing that towards men. You know how fucking toxic it is? People realize that and know it's a thing about when a group of toxic women get together. I think that's a thing of people know that of like, oh yeah, well you see this group of women, oh you get a group of women together, how are they acting with it when they're toxic? I have literally been doing videos about people that are doing stuff with this that you're like, no, they would really, they did. I'm like, yeah. So because of where the level I've hit spiritually, I can pick up on more than other people can pick up on. Okay. So if I say something about someone, I'm like, no, they did do that. That is who the person is. That is who they are. That is what they're doing. I can pick up on it. I have seen people say, no, such and such, she's bright and she's shiny and God, she's so much light. And I've looked over at her and I'm like, actually, this is what I'm picking up on. You're seeing this one level of her and she's doing this, and this. And I just saw her within a day doing this with witchcraft. She's doing this, and this. This is what she's doing. So like in many, 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 many ways, and women saying stuff about guys sexually, oh my God. I could list off the stuff I've seen women pull with that. There is women, okay, you name it, pick an area. Oh God, there's guys that they're checking out these girls, and there's these younger women. There is women that are checking out much, much younger women, men, going for much younger men. Including, you could be a teenager as a man, and women much older than you in their 40s hitting on you, and you could be 18. And that happens. You might even be a little younger and being checked out and hit on. And you, by much older, like 40s plus. Why isn't that talked about? But it's just like, oh, the man is like, you want to hear some stuff? You want to hear and this isn't one woman. This is like, I could, if I added it up, this might be 100 plus women. So this is not just one woman of some of this stuff. You'd be like, holy shit. And I love women, but don't for 1 second ever, like these don't drop the poor innocent women, they didn't know better. They know exactly what they're doing, but some of them are so enabled that they get enabled by other women, or they do it in a way that they can go, haha, like throw in some flirting with it. Meanwhile, it's like, woman, you just did something really abusive. That felt so toxic. But then the woman throws in something like, oh yeah, like, yeah, it could be a flirting or something sexual after doing something toxic towards the guy, hoping that the guy would tolerate him. So, yeah, like I know other people have seen it. The thing is, I can pick up on it, like really, really, really pick up on it. I mean, I can pick up on how manipulative a woman's being. I just, oh no, they're innocent. No, they're trying to manipulate the guy's mental body. No, his emotional body. Now his heart chakra. Now his sacral chakra. Oh, they look one way on the outside, but the entire time the intent is they're just doing one of these. And, oh, they just walked in. Serious. It can look very innocent, but I'm like, but this is what's actually going on. This is who they actually are. So you see that. So like I started to say, like the sexual thing, I could really, like I said, almost pick an area that you're like, oh, guys are this. I'm like, really? Really? Do you want to hear some stuff about what women are doing? You really want to hear what some women are pulling? Seriously, especially around the sexual stuff. People want to say, oh, guys, they're this or that, or these men. Don't ever think for 1 second that it is just like, oh, it's just this. No, it's that one particular person who happened to be a man. And then there's women that are doing just as bad or worse. They're female. They are. Like I said. Oh yeah. Like many men, you see something about a guy oh, there's men sexually harassing women. There is women that are really sexually harassing men and pulling stuff, but they might do it in ways where they try to get away with it. They might do it of like, no, we're joking, we're flirting, but maybe they did overstep with a guy, and then there might be something the guy of like, oh no, like, haha, like, do you just like joke? It's a woman. Do you joke? Do you joke about it? Like, oh no, that I didn't know how they acted. Oh yeah, I said before, waking up in the middle of the night, and one of my first spiritual teachers was trying to look at my dick, and how it felt for me. It felt so toxic. It felt so overstepped that it was just this feeling in you of like, oh, oh, like almost nauseate. You're just like, oh God, like their head right underneath the covers, trying to look at your dick in the middle of the night. You didn't, and there was no consent, nothing, and you're just like, oh God. Some of the stuff I could tell you. There's women that are acting like this, but then there's women out there that are going on about the stuff. Seriously, seriously, there's women that are sexually abusing men in the physical and non-physical. Definitely, it does happen. They are doing it. The thing about women lying about being raped. When I grew up, so when I was growing up, I remember hearing stories about they started to have issues. This was in Canada. Okay, it's like Ontario, Canada, where babysitters, the fathers couldn't drive the babysitters home anymore because all of the girls, all the women, were starting to lie about the fathers trying to pull stuff with the girls. They started to make stuff up about fathers trying to, yeah, trying to do something sexual towards the girls. That started to happen. So there's women that are lying about being raped for no reason because it would be a power control thing over the guy. So when I say that, to give you some idea, rape is about power and control. So there's women that are doing stuff that are right up there with that stuff, where if a woman lies about being raped, she's using that as power control over the guy. Oh, well, if something happens, remember, I could say this guy did this, and then what did they do? Then all of a sudden that guy's looking like what? And some of that was guys driving home a baby. Some men drove home babysitters, and babysitters turned around and said that the guy tried to pull something, and they didn't. So what happened is the wives started to have to drive with their husbands, or they just had to drive the girls home because there were so many girls pulling this. That's insane. That's insane. So there's one sec. So yeah. So they were using that as power control, and some women are using sex as power and control over men. So if people are going, well, if women are doing this, why is this happening? Like, what's going on with this? Some of them are using that, hoping a guy will put up with some sort of abuse and power control, or some of them will pull the love back. So if you won't put up with that, I'll pull the love back. And the guy needs love, or the guy needs sex, and needs that sort of stuff, needs all that stuff. Well, I'll pull that back. Oh, now you enjoy that? Now there's some women doing this with men. So yeah. What was some of the other stuff? Yeah. So there is women that are pulling this stuff that other people didn't see it, or people didn't realize how they were doing it. So even this, like, yeah. And then there is that. Then there is the spiritual abuse women are doing. I will get into that more on I'll do individual videos about certain people, so you hear about it. How many women I've seen get into witchcraft that have gone right into darkness and started trying to pull stuff, or started to look evil, and they started to, yeah. Sorry, I gotta find a better place to put my arm. Yeah, they were starting to pull stuff with witchcraft. So things I've seen out of women with that. Woman starts doing some of this stuff, or maybe somebody learns stuff. There is women out there, well, what does that guy's dick look like? Oh, maybe I can see it psychically. Who's he dating? Well, I want to check that. Let me see, what's his bedroom look like? Let me try to remote view it. Can I look in, like, what's he look like with his shirt off? Oh, I'll look at him when he comes out of the shower. Psychically. Who did he date in the past? Let me try to dig through that. What was he like in past relationship? Not caring at all about trying to overstep the guy's boundaries, not caring if it felt toxic or abusive. Serious. This is stuff I could name an area, and I will tell you stuff that women have done. Okay? Name an area, pretty much, and I'll tell you. Yeah. So do not ever, 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 ever go, these poor innocent women, or these guys are just pulling this stuff towards this woman. Yes, of course, there is certain men abusing women. If you hear how women have acted towards men, seriously, it's not just, oh, well, yeah, guys, I can name one. I don't know if I'll name it, but yeah, maybe I shouldn't get in that one. I've heard how women can be with other how women, oh man, there was women that sent one, my cousin, a case of dog food sent to her in high school as bullying. One of the nicest people you ever meet. A girl sent a case of dog food to her. There is, I'll get into more maybe at certain videos and just talk about certain things that, yeah, of how women have acted. Like I said, pick an area, and yeah,